And we are live here from Road Atlanta in the SAAC Coast to Coast Cup Series Super Cup Playoffs. And this should be a lot of fun. It is a track that I don't even think we've ever had a broadcast on JCTV for. So looking forward to this one a lot. I'm Joshua Copperl. I'm joined by Adam Kuhn. Adam, how you doing?
Doing well, Josh. I think you're right. I think this is the debut of this racetrack on JCTV. This should be a fun night. Got a few guys out here running some extra laps here in the final moments of practice before we get into qualifying and get onto a 37-lap race at Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta. It should be a lot of fun for these guys. Maybe not for these guys, but for us to watch, I think, because this might get wild here, as you mentioned, just the second round in the Super Cup playoff.
And yeah, 4 races make up the Super Cup playoffs. This is race number 2. So still some races to go. I'm looking forward to it. We're getting ready to head into qualifying. And it appears that we have very first person on track going to be Jordan Kuntz. With this being a road course, of course, it's open qualifying. We've seen time and time again where open qualifying can really hurt you if you're behind somebody. You're trying to get into a rhythm, and the person in front of you makes a mistake. It can really hurt your time, or even make you make a mistake, get off track. And remember, any incident points, even a 0x, it's going to invalidate your lap.
Yeah, you got to push it to the limits without going beyond the track limits in the sim here. And you mentioned Jordan Kuntz first. Right behind him is Wyatt Roberts, a beautiful paint scheme representing the Corvette program in sports cars. Of course, this is a historic, classic, famous IMSA racetrack, but he is going to be in the way, I think, of Cody Rivera's on his flyer as we get ready for their first timed laps if they don't get any incident points here.
So we're coming
Cody's
up.
actually going to dock into the pit lane because of that traffic.
And so Jordan Kuntz has taken the green flag.
Yeah, they just dove into turn 1 there, Josh. That's a very brave corner. We would see that a lot in the race. Going up the hill now to turn 2 and 3. Very aggressive over the curbs there. Curious if he got any incident points there. See if this lap's going to populate on the speed charts when he gets back around. But a long way to go as he goes through turns 4 and gets ready for turn 5 there up through the S's. And this is a corner right there that he just got through that a lot of prototypes have been to in qualifying the last couple years. At Petit Le Mans, so it's going to be important for these guys in this qualifying session not to do that, like we mentioned, not getting any incident points. Hairpin here, 6 and 7, and a long back straightaway here, Josh.
Yeah, this long straightaway has a couple of little kinks. I'm guessing 8 and 9 are the corners. At some point it was 8. Here's 9. This little kink. And then
big braking zone then for turn 10A as he gets ready for 10B also. A little chicane here to end the lap and then back downhill into the bridge. As first he's got to go up it, but big downhill descend. And this corner is going to get very hairy in the race right at start finish, Josh. As he gets a little bit dust kicked up there. Not as bad as Wyatt Roberts behind him, who goes 2 tires off completely.
So that lap was a 124.123, but it didn't count. At some point, he did get off track.
Yeah, I think it might have been top of the hill right here. Getting ready to get to the S's, he got both the right side tires up through the grass. Ollie Reeves the only one with a lap on the speed charts right now. He was the 3rd car in line, Josh. Neither Kuntz or Wyatt Roberts got a lap there that counted.
And Jordan Kuntz struggling this lap as well. I don't think that he's gonna. This lap will count for him either.
Ollie Reeves almost lost to the back of his car as he came up through turn 6 and excuse me, turn 5. He's now in turn 6 and 7. But his best lap, his first lap, Josh, 1:26.0. It's all it has to be right now because he's the only one with a lap time. But that's about a second, 2 seconds slower than what we saw these guys post in practice.
You know, I mean, road courses can get very hectic, and all that you need sometimes is just start out front. Jordan Kuntz, however, coming off turn, what is that, 12? Heading to the start-finish line.
Yep, turn 12. He easily goes P1 with a 1:23.9.
So I'm going to be honest, I thought he got off track. Well, that definitely is off track, but I don't think it really matters much for Jordan Kuntz.
I was watching a big crash on the front straightaway with Ali Reeves and Wyatt Roberts. I don't know how that started. We might have to get the replay pulled up there because both those guys just got demolished heading into turn 1. I don't know what to say.
I think, oh, okay.
Ali went way off in turn 12, and then that happened after Wyatt Roberts just kind of slowed on the... Maybe he was upset that Wyatt was just there, slow, and I don't think he was in the way, though, in turn 12, but anyway.
Or maybe just friendly shenanigans. No idea. Larry Miles, 1:25.914.
I think Cody Rivera is getting ready to set a lap. I'm curious to see if he went off track at all. He's coming through turn 11, now 12, hits the line. He jumps up. He's going to get a lap of 1:24.5, puts in P2 right now, Josh.
I really think, I mean, you know, we've seen it time and time again on the road courses this season that Jordan Kuntz has won them, but there's one man that has been able to really have the speed match Kuntz, and that is Cody Rivera's. And it's been small issues or early wrecks that have taken Rivera's out of having a great opportunity. He still has been there. It's just these small little things that happen, whether it be by him or just unlucky timing, has really hurt Rivera's chance to be up there and compete with Kuntz. And I'm wondering if tonight, if he can keep it clean, keep the mistakes low or to none at all, which is really hard on road courses, at least if your name is Joshua Coppernoll. But Rivera's might be able to have something for Jordan Kuntz. .123.454. That is about 7.5 tenths up from Jordan Kuntz's time.
Yeah, Kuntz went faster, as you were saying that, Josh. A 1:22.7 is now the time to beat here in the session. Just a few minutes remaining, though.
And the one thing that makes me think about, another thing we talk about, Adam, all the time is these Cup cars, as the run goes on, as the tires wear, the speeds pick up. So, I think that's kind of strange, but Jordan Kuntz has been out there for one more lap than Cody Rivera's has. And Cody actually gonna get in the grass, slide here. A little bit of damage done to the tires. That's not the kind of wear that you need, but maybe he can give it one more go.
Meanwhile, Wyatt Roberts has finally put his name onto the speed chart. He has gone P5 with a 1:26.5. It's on the other end of the speedway from Rivera's right now, going into the little hairpin complex in 6 and 7.
Wyatt Roberts through 10A and B. Somewhere in there is 11, and here's 12.
He's going to get bumped by Andretti Robinson, but he bumps him right back. 125.0 to a 125.7 for those two. Sliding them 4th and 5th right now in the final minute in qualifying. You look at our fastest two now, Josh. Jordan Kuntz into 10.
Yeah, Kuntz coming off of 12. Time has expired. Checkered flag is waving, and wow, trying to get all of it. Jordan Kuntz.
That lap didn't register. And Cody's going to duck into the pit lane.
Larry Miles, though, he's heading into 10A and 10B. Larry Miles, he's been a driver that has just been so consistent. Just someone that's been there in the top 5, the top 3 on the road courses. Let's see, 123.982. Still going to be P3 here for the time being, but you know, some episodes top 2. Keep an eye on Larry Miles.
Wyatt Roberts also went fastest on his lap there. But went fastest for him, I should say.
Oh, we got a wreck. Oh my! Is that a Mercedes?
No, he got hit. Yeah, it wasn't by himself. He got hit.
Well, where's Brett Bennett? We need a paramedic for Wyatt Roberts. His back wheels are still moving. Anyway, I think Jordan Kuntz is the pole winner here at Petit Le Mans. Wyatt Roberts, I think, needs a stretcher. Adam, what do you say we do our picks to win?
Well, there's the obvious one.
Real quick, I just want to say how extremely stupid I am. The replay screen has been up this entire time.
Nice. Good one, Josh. Good one.
Oh my. I'm sorry, guys. At least it was only qualifying. Anyway, Adam, who's your pick to win?
With that, I'm going to pick Jordan Kuntz now. Who's your pick, Josh?
I mean, I think it goes without saying. Jordan Kuntz is picked. Who else you can... You know, and again, I still think that Larry Miles... I mean, if something happens between Rivera's and Kuntz, Larry Miles definitely, I think, someone you can't count out. But Kuntz and Rivera's, despite the fact that they have had issues on the road courses this season, they're still undefeated. Well, Kuntz is undefeated, but Cody Rivera's, I mean, you can't count him out. And that's why he's my pick to win. Let's go ahead and take a look at our starting grid. And Jordan Kuntz is on the pole with Cody Rivera's to his outside. Starting third, Larry Miles. Wyatt Roberts fourth. And starting fifth is Andretti Robinson. Adam.
Ollie Reeves is going to roll off 6th tonight. Broden Fleury is starting 7th. Canozola qualified 8th. And Amir Bascombe did not set a lap in that 10-minute open quali, and he's going to line up 9th. Alright, well, since we didn't get a look in qualifying, Josh, why don't we take a lap around this road course real quick on this pace lap?
Let's do it.
So Josh, they're heading down turn 3 and 4 right now, about to get to the uphill S's. And this is going to be a very tricky spot when we get going next time by under green. They're not going to want to be double file like they are right now. It's turn 5. Very dangerous corner there with prototypes. I think it's going to be a little bit better for these guys with these cup cars, but they were taking it very wide in that qualifying session, Josh.
Yeah.
Small straightaway here for 6 and 7, I should say, Josh.
And now right here is that really long straightaway we were talking about. The first little kink, which is turn 8. And just down another stretch of just straight driving before that second kink, turn 9. And my guess is all this is going to be full throttle. Despite the kinks, I think this car has...
We have a crash on the pace lap.
That's wonderful.
I don't know what happened, but Broden Fleury just went around on that straightaway going through 9. Looks like he just spun the rear tires here. He's going to get back going. But I think he's got damage, but the field is in... Got through turn 10. They're heading through 11 and getting ready for the green, Josh.
Alright. Replay screen should be off. And the green flag is waving. We're on our way here at Road Atlanta.
It's going to be probably the easiest they go through turn 12 all race long.
Already single file throughout the field. And you see here Wyatt Roberts all over Larry Miles' back bumper.
Yeah, Larry bobbled going into turn 3 there, and he just kind of took the damage going through 4. You see the gap has opened up already between the 3. Oh, Jordan Kuntz went off a little bit in turn 5. Caught the inside, then he went way wide on the outside. It's going to open the door up for Cody Rivera's big lunge here into turn 6.
He's going to take it side by side, now into 7.
Kuntz really wide there in 7, no way of having a shot, but Rivera's a little bit wide there, so it's going to open the door back up.
And here comes Larry Miles trying to make some noise. Side by side down the straightaway.
It's going to get hairy here in turn 10, Josh.
Oh my.
This might be a game of chicken.
Ooh,
Gosh,
Ollie Reeves. Ollie Reeves did.
He wasn't the only one, but the top 3 got through pretty much unscathed. So far, oh, Larry got wide into 12, so did Wyatt Roberts behind him.
And that was only 1 lap.
Yeah, do that 36 more times.
You'd be lucky to get 1 out of me.
See how Jordan Kuntz approaches this as he goes uphill the S's. This is where his mistake happened last lap, right here. Much better in the racing line. He's going to drive away from the 36 a little bit here on this short straight.
Doing a great job.
Cody, though, so aggressive into this hairpin complex, 6 and 7. Oh, a little bit of tire spin there from Jordan Kuntz.
Don't want to get on the gas too soon, otherwise that'll happen. Light up the rears. We talked about how you don't want to take tires at road courses. Tires wear, they handle better, but that's the wrong kind of wear. Oh, Ollie Reeves struggling again in 10B.
again, also, Larry Myers way off with the right side, or excuse me, the left side's in the grass through 12. Oh, Kuntz wide, and he brought Rivera's with him.
Yeah, I think Rivera's was wider. He had his left sides in the grass. Connor Zola struggling. He's slow off of one. Oh, Jordan Kuntz! He's in the grass! New leader, Cody Rivera's, after a mistake from Jordan Kuntz.
Yeah, he just locked up one of the tires there. Entering 6, he had a lot of speed. Ton of speed going into that corner and locked up the brakes. Did a great recovery though, Josh. They head through 10A, 10B. No mistakes out of either of these top two. Neither Larry Mario is keeping right in their footsteps, like you mentioned, Josh. He's one to watch out for tonight. Cody's gonna hit the curbs big time. Almost lost the back end of that 36 out onto the front stretch. It's just gonna bring the 27 right back into him.
This is why I can't drive road courses, because you have to push, you have all these slides, you gotta just stay perfect, and these guys are animals going through road courses.
Jordan Kuntz is so aggressive in some of these corners. Turn 3 here was just eating at the curb to find some advantage over Cody Rivera's. Got through 5, so aggressive again. He's gonna peek into 6. That's where he made the mistake last time, thought better of it.
Jordan Kuntz still hot on the tail of Cody Rivera's. And into 10A. Roden Fleury stopped on track.
Out of turn 7, this looks like. Gonna get back going.
And teammate Jimmy Johnson gonna get past Eric Jones.
Yeah, this looks like a typical Road Atlanta spin. See this a lot with the sports cars here. Just got too much curb in 7 and it just kind of looped around. Lucky for him, he could just back up straight on the racetrack because he had clear track for like 15 seconds. That would be a big no-no in any other scenario.
Jordan Kuntz a little loose there in the S's. One thing I'm
some grass there off of 5. Sorry, Josh.
One thing I am noticing about Jordan Kuntz, and I noticed Larry Miles as well, is there's a little bit more of runoff that I see Jordan Kuntz really aggressive with. I'll have to point it out as they head back on through, but I've been noticing this since we started watching qualifying and now the race. Jordan Kuntz has been a little bit more aggressive with it than Cody Rivera's. I don't know if it counts as an off track. If it does...
That was a great set of corners there for the 27.
And he's going to let it show here.
Yeah, that was too bold to make the pass there. But he is going to be all over Cody going through the very technical part of this course, Josh.
It's just right on board with Kuntz. it's just amazing. You know, once again, just how hairy it is looking at how they're driving. But yet they're still keeping it on track, still turning fast laps. I can only dream of doing what these guys do. Just one lap! And they gotta do it 37 times.
It's amazing seeing Kuntz there and watching Rivera's. He put a faster lap time last lap than the 27. It looked like Jordan was all over Cody trying to make a move happen that entire lap, Josh.
Heading down into 6.
Ooh, that's been happening to the 27 all race, just a little bit of step out off of turn 7. And I would assume, Josh, like you mentioned with the next gen tire model, that's going to get a little bit better as this race goes on, you think?
No.
Okay.
I think
I wouldn't think so in a normal race car, so I'm glad.
I think honestly, the only thing that would fix the issue, and if you're Jordan Kuntz, I would not do it. But I think the only thing that would fix the issue is to run a higher gear. I don't know. We'll have to look again. I'll ride on board to see what gear he is out of 7. I just think that it's just getting on the gas too soon, lighting those tires up. Oh, Cody Rivera's in the grass!
This has been Jordan's best position on the course. Trying to go side by side in the S's is very challenging, especially in stock cars. I can't imagine right now as they go through 5, they're going to stay side by side, but a great run for Kuntz.
Right there's that runoff I was talking about for Kuntz earlier. We're not going to ride on board to see what gear he's in right now, but out of 7 that is. But let's see if he does, if his car does try to step out on him. Much better. Much better that time around.
And I think it's got to feel really great for him to retake the lead in the corner that he lost it originally.
Oh, yeah. I would agree with you.
This is another one of Jordan's best corners on the track in comparison to Cody, but it might just be the following car, because Cody, with a great 10A and 10B, gets a little squirrely though, down here in 11 though, Josh. Still squirrely through 12.
And staying on track.
That was the craziest part. I thought he was going to be way off in the grass like we've seen a lot of people tonight. Way hard into turn 1 is the 36. Cody is pushing it right now, trying to get back.
I thought he was... Okay, iRacing lag, still... Okay, now we're good. Okay. I thought he was about to ship it into 1. Absolutely. What do they say? Lick the stamp and send it?
Yes. Looks like Josh Roden Fleury disconnected a couple laps ago, so he's going to be likely our 8th place finisher tonight.
Yeah, Fleury was struggling. We had 9 drivers registered. Amir Bascombe is the one that did not grid up and start. Jordan Kuntz, however, starting to put a gap between himself and Rivera's.
Oh, Cody, a little bit wide going downhill in turn 3 down the S's.
I think he's getting frustrated seeing Kuntz drive away like he is.
He's probably thinking, what a too common sight from this last past season.
Last week, to start off the Super Cup, it was Jordan Kuntz who took the race win. No surprise there. Cody Rivera's, I believe, finished 4th. A little bit of a struggle there for Rivera's. You know, despite the fact that Jordan Kuntz has won all the road course races so far, and this is from season 2, you know, heading into the Super Cup playoffs, this is the only road course that they visit in this 4-race little stretch. Both these guys have just been so exciting to watch, and you know, I think of the race where they both had issues. Lap 1, turn 1. Was that Daytona?
I think so.
Yeah, I do believe it was Daytona road course, and I mean, just they both, I mean, were still fast. Jordan Kuntz coming back to win the race. It was not easy. Jordan Kuntz has won a lot of races this season that have not been easy wins for him at all. You know, I know if you just look at the stats, see who's won, you'll see Kuntz and probably be a boring winner. But Kuntz, it's really been anything but that.
Just wanted a little update on the race right now, Josh. A couple laps ago, lap 10 was the end of the first and the only stage really in the race that pays out points midway through. Very crucial here in the Super Cup, like you mentioned, started last week. Coming into tonight's race, the points were 22.5 points separated Kuntz and Rivera's. We mentioned last week a lot the multiplier in the point format for the Super Cup. So with tonight, these stage points going to get multiplied with your total points at the end of the race. So it's going to go a long way in trying to separate these two without just a little bit of separation here from first to second. It's going to just continue to grow with whatever multiplier it is tonight. I think it's ×2, Josh.
Yes, last week was 1.5. This week is 2. Now, one thing, I have a track map, and one thing I've noticed is the incredible battle, I'm sure, between Andretti Robinson and Wyatt Roberts, and not far behind them is Ollie Reeves. These three have been together pretty much all race long.
Yeah, we saw Ollie kind of overtake him a couple times by his turn 10 approach accidentally, and just kind of, I'm sure, overheated the tires there in the opening stint, here, and it's just kind of put him on the back foot.
Right now, Wyatt Roberts has 4th. Andretti Robinson hanging in 5th. They are through the S's. Now making their way to turn 6.
And pretty soon, I believe, I think we're going to get our first, maybe only lap car tonight. It's going to be 84. We mentioned Connor Zola. A little bit struggles out there, as you might expect with this challenging road course and this big, heavy stock car around this place. Only about 15 seconds up the road a little bit from Kuntz, but that margin is shrinking rapidly between the race leader and the last place runner on course.
Robinson made a move to get around Wyatt Robertson 10A. Still side by side on the front straightaway, though.
Andretti's going to back out of that, Josh. He knows turn one's too hairy to do that side by side.
And something has happened to Rivera's. He's dropped to third.
He has spun this lap off of turn one. He really sent it into turn one on entry. Got the outside grass and then it spun him. Luckily, he was able to slow it down, not get the wall, Josh.
And he rejoins right after Larry Miles. Now Cody Rivera's back in third. Not too far off of Larry Miles, though.
Yeah, just gonna eat probably at Cody this next stint, though. Mistake he made there might get him out of contention for a win if something doesn't happen drastically there. Jordan Kunze's now 11 seconds behind. That's going to be a very tall task to make up when we saw what Jordan was able to do beforehand, Josh. And it's going to be interesting to see how long it takes him to pass the 30. We saw how competitive Larry was at the start of this race.
And as we are watching the battle here for fourth, it is now a 3-horse battle. You know, talk about Cody. He did light up the tires a bit. You know, that could affect him getting around Miles.
You mentioned we're watching this battle for fourth. I really like this approach Andretti Robinson is taking right now on Wyatt Roberts, trying, you know, just showing the nose. He went to the outside in turn 6, which is not the passing zone. He's showing the nose right now to the outside at 10A, which is not the passing zone, but he's got the momentum. He's got the run, Josh.
And they're going to be side by side.
Oh, he dove it in too deep, too much speed, and it paid the price. Here comes Ollie.
Oh, man.
3 wide just doesn't work in turn 11, Josh.
And poor Andretti's just struggled. Every race, something goes bad for Andretti Robinson. Take a look at the replay.
Why we look at the JCTV replay, Andretti drives it straight to pit road.
And side by side for second is Rivera's.
Might see something similar here.
The only difference is they don't have a third car. Rivera's
He is going to dive it really deep on the outside.
And Rivera's going to try to start driving away from Miles.
Hey, I think Larry was very respectful in that pass. He knew what was happening. Still going to put up a little bit of a fight here. Going over the inside curbs there. Coming through 12. These guys have lost another 2 seconds to the 27 car, who has lapped Connor Zola through all this.
Yeah, the gap is almost 13 seconds between Kuntz and Rivera's.
battle for fourth is going to continue, I think, Josh. Ollie Reeves trying to catch back up to Wyatt Roberts after the contact with Andretti Robinson. I think he might get there because Wyatt is very wide on some of these corners. I just watched him through turn 5. Very wide and just lost a lot of his momentum down the straight into 6.
Last lap, Roberts was 0.3 better than Reeves was. Interested to see at the line what they're going to be. Roberts in the grass.
0.3 this time on Ollie's end.
So about a second gap between the two. May take a few laps, but if Reeves keeps it up and Roberts keeps making these small mistakes, might have another battle.
Yeah, Ollie just looks a lot more aggressive in these deep braking zones like we see in 6. Like we saw him do in turn 10, honestly, a couple laps ago when he caught 2 cars there at once, and he's really trying to take this attack, I think, to the 42 car. Oh my goodness, look at that.
They're both coming down pit road.
Oh, Ollie's really going in for a big in-lap and going to get held up by the 42 because of that. They're going to be side by side here.
And a little bump there. I don't know if Roberts was just saying, hey, I didn't like that, or what. But you saw the cones where pit speed officially starts. Oh, Reeves overshoots.
Going to be very costly on Ollie, who we saw trying to make a very aggressive pit in lap. Jordan Kuntz off of turn 11, not going to pit this time. He's going to stay on track in turn 12. Cody Rivera is now entering 10A and 10B. See if he tries to short pit the 27 car. He's going to stay on track as well.
As well as Miles. The one thing, you really aren't going to do any kind of undercut to get an advantage with tires. Because again, I don't think anybody's going to take tires.
Short fill, Josh. Gotta short fill that tank.
Yeah, I don't think that really matters. But now,
no, it doesn't.
It's all about how you execute getting on pit road, stopping in your box, getting off pit road. You don't want to speed. You don't want to make mistakes. You can't slide through your box either. It's a whole lot of different ways for this race to not go your way.
In those pit stops from those guys makes a lot of sense. Halfway in the race was the lap they pitted on.
If you're Jordan Kuntz, on the other hand, you can stop, catch a movie, go on a date, come back up in your car and still be ahead of the field. He is absolutely tearing it up right now. 16 and a half seconds over Cody Rivera's. Now, Adam, I've been watching Track Map I've been keeping an eye on times, and Cutter Rivera's, he got past Miles several laps ago, but he's not made a huge gap. There is a gap between the two. It's about a second. But actually, that last time by, it was Larry Miles that was 0.2 quicker than Cody Rivera's.
Yeah, this looks like a lot like the opening stanza of the race, other than there's now no Jordan Kuntz battling with Cody. Cody hasn't been able, like you said, to gap him. Larry's just been in his shadow trying to pick up what he can. Before Cody drove away a little bit, he has. Now he's just keeping up, maintaining that gap, like you mentioned, and trying to put these faster laps than Cody consistently. That's going to be a challenge for him this late in the stint, but yes, he's going to dive to pit lane right now, actually.
And
as is Jordan Kuntz.
Yeah, Jordan Kuntz just now entering his box. And Cody Rivera's going to take the race lead.
Jack is
Kuntz?
going up on the 27.
This is not the first time either that we've seen Kuntz take tires at road courses.
He's away before Larry Miles even hits his pit box, so that shows how big of a lead he has had.
And Miles just fuel only. This is interesting.
That was like a Formula One stop in comparison to Jordan Kuntz with that lead he's built up.
7.2 seconds for Miles. 14.6 seconds for Kuntz.
Over the pit time, but he can afford it. Easily can.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You mentioned Cody now in the lead, technically, yet to pit in this race. He's in 10A, 10B now. Under the bridge, into 11, and he is going to hit the pit lane into 12. Very aggressive pit entry there for 36.
Let's see how these guys cycle through. The one interesting thing is going to be that Kuntz has fresh tires. Rivera's probably won't. I don't think it's going to matter because off of turn 12 is Jordan
already
Kuntz.
at the finish line, yeah.
Rivera's in his box. Kuntz drives by. See there, just on the bottom of the screen. Rivera's now out of his box. Now Kuntz, he's got a lap on his tires now. They should be pretty much warm at this point. Rivera is off and away, now full speed. His tires already warm. I don't think it's going to matter, but this could be interesting.
Definitely has trimmed the lead down, but I think I might agree with you. We'll have to see. We still got, what, 15 or so laps left, so a lot can happen on a 2.5 mile road course.
And again, lap times pick up with worn tires. So if Rivera's can just stay mistake-free here, who knows? He might be able to get Kuntz.
Mentioned mistake-free, Jordan Kuntz bombed turn 10 completely. Completely through the sand trap in 10, missed 10B. Locked up. I can't tell if he locked up, honestly. He just completely missed the corner, though, Josh, and had to take the loader and make his own chicane there.
Well, that's interesting. Kuntz's last lap was a 155, 132, and of course that is counting the little drive into the grass. This will be the first lap that we really can compare the two. With, of course, Rivera's on pit road getting service, adding time to his last lap. Still quicker than Jordan Kuhn's lap, though. Kuhn's through 10s cleanly.
Looked like Cody picked up a little bit there on that gap to Jordan Kuhn's. He came over the radio last lap, Josh, asking Jordan if he did take tires on this pit stop, and Jordan said yep, and then they just left it at that. So wondering what's in the mind of Cody Rivera's right now as he's hunting down the race leader.
Well, Adam, I don't know if you have what Jordan Kuhn's ran last time. My telemetry is still saying it was a 155, so iRacing, I don't think iRacing knows, but he definitely didn't run a 155 lap time. Otherwise, he probably would be in third about right now, but
I do know the lead changed from 6.8 to 6.7 seconds. That's all I know, though, because his lap did not show up for me last time. And now it finally does, 122.3. Which is much faster what Cody's been running, but Cody matches a little bit, 122.8. Still half a second slower, but it's close. Did lose some to the lead, though, on the interval, Josh.
A little bit. And Cody's going to take a small trip into the grass.
A little bit of overcorrection there right after that also.
Kuhn's is catching up to Zola once again.
Zola just made his pit stop.
Zola heading into 10A right now. Jordan Kuhn's will be there pretty soon. Oh, Zola! Locks it up right in front of Kuhn's. Gets out of the way quickly. I don't think Kuhn's is going to lose any time. And, by the way, last laps for Kuhn's and Rivera's. 122.7 compared to a 123.4. So Kuhn's really putting it on right now.
It'd be a lot more easy for him right now with completely clean track ahead. Coming to 10 laps to go, Josh.
And off of 12. 10 to go here at Road Atlanta. 6 drivers still on the lead lap. 1 driver out of the race. Tyler Zola 1 lap down. 2 laps down, rather. He is just ahead of Cody Rivera's. Cody's going to catch Zola at the end of the S's. Easy spot for Zola to get out of the way. And by the way, Rivera's was quicker than Kuntz that last time by. But I just don't know if there's enough time.
I don't think so either, Josh. It's going to be interesting as we watch. Let's go to turn 1. Rivera's coming off the last corner, turn 12. Hop the inside curb a little bit. Not a faster lap than Kuntz. It's close, but it's still not faster, so he's losing a little bit of that interval still.
And I should mention, Rivera's lap was only a couple tenths quicker than Kuntz. A couple tenths is not going to catch Kuntz. With the gap, 8 seconds with 9 laps to go, you pretty much need almost a full second each lap just to get up there. And Rivera's was bobbling coming off of the S's.
Kuntz did miss the entry to 7 though, through in between 6 and 7. He missed the bottom of 7 really wide there, locked up, believe his tires. Gonna ruin his momentum onto this long back straightaway, 8-9, heading into 10. Don't know, it won't make the difference, of course, Josh, but it could just be one of the first slips of this 27. We saw him already in the grass down here in turn 10. He's recovered from that.
He has, and he's been making a statement as to why he is the quickest car. Just taking 8 to go. So 123.5 and hundredths quicker than Cody Rivera's.
But Cody matched it because he dropped his left rear coming to turn 12 and kept it in the grass when he was crossing the start-finish line. Oh, Cody is fighting the rear of that race car, it looks like.
Oh, lockup.
That looked like a Tokyo drift for Cody Rivera's in turn 7.
I wonder, by the way, as I'm looking at my track map, I don't want to make any. I don't want to make any accusations. So
yeah, something just happened.
I'm just gonna see.
Oh, it was unrelated, I think. Ollie Reeves has left the race. He completely missed turn 1, Josh, and disconnected. I don't know if anything preempted that.
Negative. And I'm glad I didn't make any accusations. I knew Andretti Robinson was closing in, and I wasn't gonna say Andretti retaliated. I wasn't, but that was my thoughts. I'm glad I didn't make any accusations there.
Gap now to about 9 seconds, Josh, between these top two. Laps winding down.
Jordan Kidd's just blazing fast. He was 2 tenths off of what he set as the fastest lap in the Raceway earlier. This is, of course, race 2 of the Super Cup playoffs. 2 more after tonight. Next week, these guys head to Auto Club. Always a fun track. NASCAR. Wink. And then they head to Homestead in 2 weeks' time. You can head to JCTVRacing.com, though. You'll see the upcoming schedule for everything we broadcast. And by the way, tomorrow night, we have a new series starting. Super Trucks. Which, Adam, correct me if I'm wrong, that's where Jimmy Johnson, Robbie Gordon, and was it Haley Deegan's dad?
Yeah, sure.
I think?
Yeah, something like those. I don't know. One of those types. Sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's something like that. I don't know. But, different kind of race than we're going to see on JCTV. I'm excited for it. 5 laps to go, though, for Jordan Kuntz.
Mentioned his dominance on the road courses in Season 2 in the SAAC Coast to Coast Cup Series. How about his dominance overall, Josh? You kind of alluded to this a little bit, though. He's just walked away from some of these races. Some of them, he has kind of lost contention and found a way to get back up there, like you kind of alluded to, but he is just consistently class of the field, no matter the track type, no matter the circumstance. He is always the fastest car, it seems like.
It's just incredible. Jordan Kuntz is insane. And again, I mean, his wins, not all of his wins have come easy. He's had competition. Races that look like you can write Jordan Kuntz off, and then all of a sudden, well, here's Jordan Kuntz again. How many wins? 9? I think. 9 wins to finish off Season 2. Won the opening round of the Super Cup playoffs last week. And, barring any issues in the next 4 laps, on his way to go back-to-back in the Super Cup playoffs.
Just got to keep it what he's done pretty well for the first 34 laps. Keep it in between these white lines on the racetrack. Stay away from that green stuff, especially the sand at the end of this straightaway here, like we saw him do beginning of the stint. Nice and easy over 10A, clean through 10B. And just downhill into tricky 11 and 12. And that's something he's done quite a bit through turn 12, Josh. I don't know if you caught that, but the rear stepping out there, but stayed well within the racing limit.
That was very interesting. I have no idea how he held on to that. I mean, I guess when your I rating is 6,807, you just know how to hold on to that. It's about 6,200 and something better than my road I rating. Coming off turn 12. And 2 to go. Is anybody gonna stop Jordan Kuntz?
Might be a tall task in the last 2 races and 1.5 laps left this Super Cup season after what he did in Season 2.
The crazy thing about it is it was points combined from Season 1 and 2. Jordan Kuntz didn't race in Season 1. He's the points leader in the Super Cup standings.
We mentioned a little bit earlier, double points tonight multiplier times 2 for all accumulated points tonight. It's going to go a long, long way in extending that point gap he had entering tonight. What, 22.5 I believe it was before tonight's race. So monstrous point gain. No surprise with the 27. Hurts a little bit. Rivera's is only in second, but take what you can get.
And the white flag waving. Last lap for Jordan Kuntz, who is going to head down through turn 1. And now through a bunch of turns. I don't know the numbers too. From 2 through 5.
A lot more corners here than are actually labeled. But Jordan Kuntz knows them all pretty well at this point.
Heading into turn 6. I think my computer was confused when I connected to these this track, by the way. But off of 7, a little step out there for Kuntz, but I mean, he can coast from here.
An 11-second lead, and he's built that up twice this race.
Through 10A, 10B, 11, 12, checkered flag waving, Jordan Kuntz, your race winner.
One of the biggest mistakes he made all night was right there taking the checkered big off through to Jawb, but it doesn't matter, like you mentioned, Josh. Checkered flag for him. Cody Rivera's across the line. Oops, sorry, Josh.
That's all right. Well, Jordan Kuntz finding a new road. He's just having fun with some of the other sections on the track.
You mentioned, though, beginning of the show, Josh, Larry Miles, watch for him. He never had the opportunity he wanted to have shine in this race, but he still kept his nose clean for 37 laps and was there at the end to score a podium tonight.
Wyatt Roberts just crossed the line to officially get 4th. Johnny Robinson off the final corner.
Got posted to the checkered.
And the only other driver is Connor Sola. And he's crossed the line. And Jordan Kuntz is going to park it on the start-finish line. And let's go ahead and take a look at our unofficial race results. Jordan Coots, of course, the race winner. Cody Rivera's P2. Larry Miles, 3rd. Wyatt Roberts, 4th. And Andretti Robinson finishes in 5th.
6th was Connor Zola, like you mentioned in the last cover meeting. He finished 2 laps behind. Ali Reeves, we mentioned, disconnected. He finished 7th tonight. And Broden Fleury is going to be in 8th place tonight. And we mentioned Amir Bascom did not start. He is showing up as 9th, though.
So, let's see who we can catch up to. And Larry Miles, 3rd place finish tonight. I mentioned you are one that can never count out. Always up there in the podium positions at these road courses.
Yep.
Was really matching speed with them early on. What was it like out there for you?
I mean, it's a fun track. I was on my own like the whole time. That's just how it goes. But I mean, I love the track. I love the car. Even though I was on my own, I had fun. That's how it was.
Now, at one point, Cody Rivera's made a mistake. You were able to get past him and had a little bit of a battle with him. What was it like battling with him?
Well, I wanted to see what happened if I defended the inside into the chicane, because I mean he would have a tighter line at the kink before it. And I wanted to see if I could like maybe defend that way, but he just like outbraked me around my outside. I couldn't do anything. I think he took off. So I think that was the only battle I had all race. I mean, it was fun, but yeah.
Well, this was race number 2 of the Super Cup playoffs, but really the last road course of kind of the combined seasons from season 2 to the Super Cup. So now we've got 2 ovals to look forward to between Auto Club and Homestead. So are you looking forward to getting back onto the ovals?
I guess so. I'd rather do like a road course league, but I mean, we're in stock cars, so yeah. Yeah, well, we'll see how it goes. Yep.
All right, sponsor shoutouts. Who gets it done for you?
Side draft racing. Only person we could have on the team was me and Wyatt today, so yep, that's about it.
All right, well, congrats on the podium, and
Thank you.
see you at Auto Club.
See ya.
It's Larry Miles, your 3rd place finisher.
Good to hear him pumped up like the podium finish. Now let's catch up with Cody Rivera's. Hey Cody, this guy's up in the booth. You got a copy?
I gotcha.
Well, unfortunately, another P2 run, Cody. Overall, what's your main takeaways from the race? Being just a little bit short.
I shouldn't have spun out on the one lap that I spun out. We had a little incident with the crew making jokes about manual breathing, and it just got me off my mark. Went wide in turn 1. Got up on that curb, spun out. Thought it would have been all over, no matter what, at that point. Anyway, just because I had a couple other little issues and was just losing time to Jordan. And then, of course, Jordan accidentally takes tires at the pit stop, brings me back into it somewhat. So it sucks knowing that everything the same. I definitely could have won the race if I just didn't have that one mistake. But Jordan's super good. I battled with him for the first 40% of the race, the first third of the race. So can't be too upset about it. And we're going to go to Auto Club next week, where even more points are on the line, and try to do as good as we can there.
You mentioned Auto Club next week. What are you thinking about heading back to an oval? at a big wide out racetrack like that, and like you mentioned, more points up on the line?
Well, it's one of the tracks that Jordan did not win in the regular season. So um, that just means that, to me, that means he's beatable. You know, I'm sure we won't have a huge field just because, at this point, a lot of guys are out of it. A lot of guys didn't even qualify this to begin with. So, we're going to have a small field, so it's going to be a little tougher to beat him because he's going to be, a little less exposed to the calamities of a large field. But, if I just run a clean race, do as best as I can, and let the cards fall where they may, you never know. It might be my day next Thursday.
Well, we'll be watching to see if that's going to happen next Thursday. It should be exciting. But before we get to another question about that, I want to ask you about Larry Myers. You mentioned you battling Jordan that first third of the race. Larry was right there keeping it in tow with you guys for a lot of that opening stint.
Yeah, Larry did a fantastic job early of keeping touch. I think he knew that he didn't necessarily have the ultimate pace that we had, but it got a little hairy there between me and Jordan on a couple of those battles. Especially early, we were door to door coming down the S's. I don't know if you guys caught that on the broadcast, but that was pretty insane. So, I mean, at any point in that race, Jordan and I could have had a coming together, and Matt did a great job of staying just close enough to be able to slip through if that happened. I mean, ultimately, as we saw, it never did, but he definitely put himself in a position to capitalize.
We did see a lot of great battling between you and Jordan in the beginning of the race. It was great for us to watch. Do you have any closing thoughts on that and any sponsor shoutouts? Who gets it done for this 36 team moving on to Fontana next week?
I think I said all I needed to say. He's fantastic everywhere, especially the road courses, though. And so I think I did a decent job. I've been more mistake prone this season, especially on the road courses. That I've made one or two big mistakes that have kind of taken me out of contention for the win. Where in the rest of the race, I'm kind of matching his pace or just slightly slower, just slightly quicker. So this is the last one for season 2 until season 3. So it sucks that I'm not going to have a run at him for a while, but I think one of these days, if I can put it together, I could definitely challenge him for a win. And as far as sponsors and shout outs, shout out to the boys in SAAC, shout out to JCTV for putting on a fantastic broadcast every week, and can't wait to put on another show for you guys next week at Auto Club.
All right, we'll be watching, Cody. Good luck next Thursday.
Thanks, Adam.
That was our second place finisher, Cody Rivera, the driver of the number 36. Now, Josh, I head it back to Victory Lane, where you got a very familiar face, of course, this last season and already in the Super Cup.
Yeah, second win in a row in the Super Cup playoffs. Very familiar spot here in Victory Lane, regardless. Jordan, it was a pretty fun battle between you and Cody early on before mistakes took him and his chances kind of out. But then you took tires on your pit stop. So just what was all going on there?
So at the start of the race, it was definitely, I think, my time to make mistakes. Just made a few with cold tires and the curbs with being a bit more aggressive with them, and they definitely down in the S, they like to throw you around sometimes. Not all the times. Depends on how you have worked the throttle and the steering wheel, and threw me around in the beginning, and just got a bit off focus sometimes and locked up, and a few times that let Cody get by and to actually have a battle. But it was a really good battle, clean, and then I know he made a mistake, and I was able to get the inside of one of the S's and just take it, and I knew from watching him, being behind him and trying to take it easy to assess how his weaknesses and strength, that he was really poor on traction, so I knew that I could just get in a corner where we had to have a big throttle zone, and that's what I did, and it worked out. And then he just started making a few mistakes. It was then his time of the race to make mistakes, and it fell him back so far that I realized that I could take tires, and I know that it's not something I normally do on road courses, take tires. This car doesn't wear tires and they don't normally have a big fall off. And it even showed at the end of the race that tires didn't have a big fall off, but throughout the first stint of me just locking up and making a few mistakes, I could feel the tires already starting to give a little bit with the tire heat, so I decided to get rid of the tire heat, put cold tires on, and I think it worked out really well. Helped me set the fastest lap of the race and helped me extend the gap that I had.
Incredible race overall. And now that, I mean, between Season 2 and the Super Cup playoffs, the road courses are over. You won all of them. One thing that I can really reflect on through all of this is none of them came easy for you. And just an incredible job overall from your part.
Yeah, it was to win all of them. I think it was all 4 or 5. Really nice to sweep them and just looking to carry the momentum. And as you said, none of them came easy. I think this one would pretty by far the easiest, just because of Rivera's making the few mistakes that he did in the mid part of the race. But definitely a really good result for me. This was a really fun track combination, and honestly, I was just having a lot of fun out there driving it.
All right, sponsors, shout outs. Who gets it done for you?
I'd like to shout out everyone at SAAC. Even though we didn't get the turnout, they still put on an amazing event with really clean racers, and it's always fun to race with them, even if sometimes I don't see them on track, but it's always a really fun time. And everyone at my family for watching, and all of them for supporting me along the way, and just happy that I could get to bring on a win for them that they could see on TV.
All right. Well, congrats on yet another win, Jordan, and we'll see you next week at Auto Club.
Thank you.
And that was Jordan Coots, your race winner. So Adam, that was really just incredible dominance out of Coots. But again, it didn't come easy, especially in the early portions of the race.
No, he mentioned it. At this point, I kind of forgotten about it. He made that mistake really early on in turn 6. The same corner, he was able to retake the lead, and then it was Cody's time for the mistakes in that second half. But even then, it still wasn't that easy because, like we mentioned, the gap came down a little bit with his tire strategy, taking the tires for Kuntz, and Rivera was staying on the old ones. But in the end, it was just Jordan Kuntz driving away like he's done, like you mentioned, Josh, all season long.
Well, couple things that I do want to say before we head off air. Next week is Auto Club, as mentioned. I've already been in talks with Cody about what we may or may not do about that one. We're gonna try to still bring it to you. But for sure, I will not be there. So it's just a matter of...
Me either.
Yeah, or Adam. We're going to be partying up in New York, Watkins Glen. But not partying too hard, though. I don't do that. But no.
Not on Thursday night, no.
So we're still going to try to get a broadcast to you. If anything, I will ask someone to save a replay, and we'll do our best to even get just something out there for you if it can't be live. So there's that. So for sure, I will not be around next week. We're still going to try to get a broadcast to you. The other thing I want to mention is a couple days ago, a couple shout outs I got to give. One person's probably going to kill me for this, but happy belated birthday, Adam. Also, 25 years ago on Tuesday, my brother was in remission after being diagnosed with leukemia on June 4th, actually, and June 11th, 1999. He was in remission. So, a couple shout outs there. My brother is 29 years old now. 25 years in remission. That's awesome. So, just a couple shout outs there. Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. And we'll see you next time. Tune in tomorrow night to our new series we've got going on there. Should be a fun one. So on behalf of Adam Kuhn and the entire outstanding crew right here at JCTV, we'll see you next time. Stay safe. Take care.